first thing you're going to want to do is open up our motherboard case. Isn't it lovely? And you see this thing on top here. This is your rear panel adapter doohickey. It goes right here. So this is the correct orientation of ports for our motherboard. We're going to go ahead and take that out and install it. I'll install it from the rear. And it's just got four sides, little nubs on each side. That's not in all the way yet. And you just push on it. So 4 nubs on each side snap into place. And take a second look. Make sure everything is snapped into place as best as it can. Alright. Best we're going to do. Bottom portion for some reason isn't snapping in. I think it's because the case actually has a loose connection on the bottom. Or loose, isn't very tight. Okay, so let's take a look at our motherboard. We got our driver disk for Windows drivers. And there she is. We've got our slot for our processor. We have 2 RAM slots, PCI Express, standard PCI, and the PCI Express non-video. There are 8 serial ATA ports on it, and all the good headers you want, onboard audio and all that good stuff. So, we're going to take this out of its bag. Make sure we ground ourselves to make sure we don't zap anything, because that would be a travesty. Don't want to drop it either. Take that out. There we go. So, in the bottom of our case, there are 4 or several different holes for our risers, and those are going to line up with our motherboard. And so I'm just kind of setting the motherboard in here to figure out which risers I actually need to have hooked up or attached. And looks like one. Where's that one? That one. Okay, so there's not going to be one for that bottom corner, but there's going to be 2 up there. Okay. We set that back on a non-conducting surface, such as a piece of cardboard. Remember this nice bag of hardware that we got from inside the case? Go ahead and open that up and pour out our little golden standoffs, risers, standoffs, whatever. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we're going to get our pair of pliers, which I have set out here somewhere. Where'd they go? Don't you hate when you lose your tools? I know I do. Ah, right in front of me. So the snake would have bit me. Get our pliers and our standoffs. And we're going to just hand tighten these standoffs first. Make sure we got them in there. And we'll lightly tighten them using the pliers. We only lightly tighten them because we don't want them stripping out. But we need to tighten them a little bit, because if we don't tighten them a little bit, then when we try and screw our screws in the motherboard, it will unscrew, or the potential to unscrew the standoffs. And that's not good. Screw all those in like that. Get them in our 5 position that we need them. Oddly enough, this hole in the case doesn't line up with the hole in my motherboard, which is weird. Yeah, this case can actually take a motherboard and a micro ATX form factor. I have a mini ATX, and I have a micro ATX, extra small. So we'll go ahead and sit this little guy in there. Make sure all the ports line up with the ports. Yeah, there's no connection there, and all of our standoffs, holes line up with the standoffs. Good, very good. So we got HDMI out, VGA out, DVI out, keyboard and mouse, USB, 2 USB 3s, 4 USB 2s, and your standard audio. You know what? I never screwed in my standoffs tight, did I? Practice what you preach, Spectre. So we're just gonna lightly screw those in. Don't want them too heavy. You don't want them to come off. Right. Okay. Now let's put this in here. There's got a lot of free airflow in this case, which is good because it's going to just sit in the corner and serve. Okay, so now that we got it in there, we're going to take our screws and screw down the board into the standoffs. Use the screws provided with your case to screw these in, but not the screws that hold the panel on. Use the nicer, non-flanged head screws that they got there. Use those. Not those. So now is the fun part. We get to install our processor.